everybody? Welcome back to another Church Nerds episode. You know what time it is. I got the crew on with me. We got Brandon, Travis, Norman Heath, Father Dre, Darrell Walls, and Gabe Jordan. Since Gabe is here, you already know Brian is not here. So
somebody listen.
You said what they playing? What they playing? Tag.
Right. They playing tag. That's exactly what they doing. Tag, you in this episode.
They got a whole secret.
Today's a good reason, though.
They got a secret text thread. Yeah, I ain't coming today. You go ahead.
I don't feel.
Listen, man, we welcome everybody to the Church Nerds episode, man. Listen, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Excuse me, wherever you get your streaming services. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our Facebook and our YouTube. I had to get it together. My bad. Where
are the cute cards?
But listen, man, we got a fun episode, man. I don't know if y'all seen, but Loki season 2 just ended. It was a great one.
It was crazy.
It was fantastic. But before we start talking, we got a special guest on with us, man. Listen. This brother here has been putting out music. He is an actor, songwriter, producer. This brother is working with the Jim Henson Company. If you know Jim Henson, that's the Muppets, y'all.
Some of y'all kids probably love him.
They're likely watching every single morning. I want everyone to show your love for our one and only Mel Campbell Jr.
There he is.
Uh-oh.
Got another mistake.
That boy on the flip phone.
Not a flip phone.
Hey, Dre.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, my man's came out like this.
Well, thank y'all for the opportunity. Oh, Lord.
Yo, Mel, man, welcome to the Church Nerds, bro. We welcome you here, man. This is an honor and a privilege, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I gotta clarify one thing though. I do not work for the Jim Henson Company. I work if y'all know the show Don Quixote, gotta put my plug in. It's produced by Spiffy Pictures and Fred Rogers Productions. I know Jim Henson Company are watching. I can send y'all my resume. Go to my LinkedIn. In the chat. I'll make sure you know I'm putting it in the chat. And the rest of y'all can check out my resume too, because as y'all know, we've been on strike, and so brother got to eat. So resume.
Now,
the strike was over.
No, they just
I was just about to say that's my first. That's one of the announcements, man. The strike is over.
It's only been a couple days.
It's 100 strikes, y'all. This season of strikes.
Longest one in history.
Watching the news.
The ink ain't even dry yet on the paper. So.
Right.
Now we know who don't watch the news and who do.
Look, they said
that's what's up, man.
They still looking it over.
Are they really? Dang.
Yeah. We off strike until literally the ink is on the paper.
Right.
Wow.
So Mel, so have y'all been? So you haven't done anything since the strike. Like how? Y'all haven't gone in to like even like write anything or record anything?
Basically, there is non-struck work out there, and so like public broadcasting stuff, like Don Quixote's on PBS Kids. So we were actually able to finish shooting while the strike was going on. The season's just over right now. So I did some stuff with them. I've also done some composing for Sesame Street because they fall under a contract that's not struck. Of course, strike's over. But at the time, so I've been able to do some little stuff here and there.
Okay. That's dope, man. Hey, Mel, I got a question for you. How did you get started into that?
Well, I've been doing the puppetry thing since I was 11. And basically, really, how all this other stuff happened was I took a break from doing puppetry around college. That's when, if those of y'all that know me, Mel Campbell, the artist, came out. That's when Abide in the Vine started happening. Pew Baby.
Abide in the Vine.
I know what I'm talking about. So when I interviewed for Donkey as a puppeteer, it turns out they had like Googled me and they were like, "Oh, you do music too." And then when we started the season, they were looking for somebody to write a song. They gave me a shot. They liked it. And since then, I became a regular songwriter. Then they started letting me write scripts. It just God is amazing.
Yes, okay, so how come you went on the PCFI project then, brother?
Stuff in the works. Stuff in the works.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
From what I understand, anytime that my man get on the track, he's thinking Grammys. That's what I heard from Porter told me that anytime that my man Williams get on the thing, it's gonna be Grammys. So I'm thinking.
So why wasn't you?
Mel Campbell got to be there too.
But
I didn't see you up there for the live recording though, Noah.
You never see me. I'm behind you. You don't see me.
He was there,
but you had a mic. You did have a mic though.
I did not have a mic. No. So my job is behind the scenes. So if you want me on the mic, I will run your pace out of there. Trust me, that is not my ministry to be doing solos. I know this.
Now, Mel, because I know me and you have talked, but one of your songs is up for an award, right? Or is it going to be considered for a reward?
One thing that was cool was they did submit one of my songs from this past season to be considered for an Emmy. It did not make it onto the ballot, but that's the producer's call. So the fact that they even thought anything I did was worth putting out there, I was like, that is good enough.
You can still put that on the resume.
I was considered for an Emmy.
Emmy considered.
A lot of people can say that though. Hey,
a lot of people cannot say that, bro. So my song was for an Emmy award.
Yeah. So within your career, what is your next steps? Like as far as like the Muppeteering and everything. Like what do you see next?
I definitely want to do my own character. I have my own company, Camp House Puppets. Really, it's based on doing. Thank you, sir. Based on doing quality faith-based puppet stuff because puppetry is the art form I love, and we got VeggieTales, the CGI. It's been great, but the Christian community we lacking on some good content. So I'm working on some stuff right now. I'm hoping to roll out towards the top of 2024. But we in motion.
That's
going to be awesome.
You need to create a puppet called Bible Man, okay?
It's been done. It's been done.
Do it again. Do it
Don't
for
do
new
it.
generation.
No, Bible Man is the character that Brandon has on his wall.
This is the time of remakes. Hey, that's
the time of remake. Remake Bible
time
Man.
of remakes. Nostalgia is winning right now.
There's one out there, but it's CG. It's all right.
Exactly. It's all right. You got to make a better one.
I mean, look, they're remaking Prince of Egypt, which was based on the Ten Commandments and all that. So hey,
I didn't even notice that the post I shared for the Prince of Egypt was posted by RuPaul.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that was hilarious.
Game follows RuPaul.
No,
Wait a minute, hold on.
No, respectfully.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
They know respectfully about that,
Yeah, you tell them man.
Hey, so Loki season 2. How about it, guys?
Hey, Mel. One more question before we get into the Loki season 2, man.
That was
Tell us how big. Tell us how big of an inspiration Jim Henson has been to you. Getting started in puppetry and stuff. Because when you think Jim Henson, you automatically think the mecca of puppetry. Muppets, Sesame Street, all of them, bro. So like, how is he such a big inspiration for you?
Oh, dude, that's it. It's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, you see, look, there's some Sesame Street stuff in the back, but honestly, that ain't even scratching the surface. My house, my wife, I have so much grace over my life because if I could tell you how much Muppet stuff is in this house, it's very bad. Every birthday, but I mean, yeah, it's just something about how I'm built. Like just that art form, that way acting just speaks to me. I will say too, though, Spiffy Pictures, the guys that co-produced Don Quixote, I grew up watching them. If y'all ever saw a show called Jack's Big Music Show or Bunny Town, they produced that. And that was a childhood dream of mine to work with them because they're out of Chicago. And so it worked out perfectly where I was able to get in touch with them. And it's set me up for my whole career.
So you marked the moment you first fell in love with that style of art form?
Yes, to date myself. Back when Blockbuster was still a thing, there was a Best Puppet Show DVD. I saw it, and I remember my mom being like, "Oh yeah, I grew up watching that," and Lily just rented it because I was like, "All right, 3 episodes on there, hooked for life." I was 11. Here I am.
Wow.
I seen a documentary on Jim Henson and like the behind the scenes to all that. Been producing the shows and the movies. Puppetry is not an easy art form, bro. That is hard.
No,
because a lot of times the platform is up, and they're low. So you're holding your arms straight up the whole time. So your arms getting tired. And a lot of times the monitors are looking, it's like the opposite way of what you're doing up top with your puppet. So it's a tough art form. Everybody cannot do it. Everybody cannot. And plus that voice acting to do it too. What did you say, Mel?
I said, I love how you explained to me my job, though. That was good. Hey, look, man. I love doing my research and I love learning about different things in production and stuff like that.
He said, "Thanks for wasting his time."
No. You nailed it, though. You nailed it.
You know what I mean? But since we got Mel on here, man, he is a big nerd. We've known this for a long time. So we got Loki season 2.
Yes,
to talk about, man.
The final season.
We would not have Mel on here if he wasn't a Marvel fan. So clearly he is.
Wait. Why wouldn't you have him on here if he wasn't a Marvel fan?
Dre, you still waking up from Bella?
Explain yourself, Jay.
Hey,
we had a couple. Who do we have that didn't have the answers?
Hey, I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna names.
On that
Jalen was getting an answer from her fiance.
She was, yeah.
Man, on text.
Yeah, no, he was. I guess they were they were together, and he was giving her the answers on the slide. So
Jalen, if you watching, all the information you gave us does not count. You need to come on here and give authentic.
Nah, that's crazy.
So next time we got to invite him on the show.
For real. But man, let's talk about season 2, man. What did y'all think of season 2?
Much better than the Marvels.
Oh,
we
get started already.
Hey, Norm, you saw the Marvels?
I mean, you're right, but
you went so
wait, Norm, you saw it, Norm?
Yeah, I watched it on TikTok.
Stop it.
You gotta send me the link. You gotta send me that link.
Dude, everything's on TikTok, man.
Everything is on TikTok.
Not the whole movie, though.
No, he ain't capping, though.
How you flip through that many in like 30 seconds? Part 1, part 2, part 3,
You know what?
What for?
All it cost me was plugging my phone up and keeping it charged. That's all it cost me. Not a dollar beyond that.
Man,
but I ain't gonna lie, like TikTok done put me on to some interesting movies though. I didn't started watching like what movie is this? And you go back and see some old movie that's been out for like 10 years, 15 years. It's like, oh, okay.
I went back and watched Suits because I saw it on TikTok. I was like, it came out in 2016. I was like,
I used to watch that on USA. That was
No, Suits was probably one of the. It had nothing on Mad Men though. I'm sorry, Mad Men.
I haven't watched Mad Men. I definitely got to watch.
Great.
Hey, USA used to have them shows.
They did.
Right. Yeah. Before they turned into AMC, right?
Unfortunately.
That's the dumbest.
But I stand by my statement. It was better than the Marvels.
I'm gonna have to go see it.
I can agree, Norman. I can
agree. I ain't even seen the Marvels. So.
I ain't seen Marvels yet.
The Marvels. I know it's off the record, but the Marvels was a decent movie. It wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
I agree with you, Dre.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. It wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
It's worth watching at least once.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching on Fire Stick. But if you just want to get out, you know the kids is out with their grandparents or something, you want to take your wife on the date.
Can't even watch it on Disney Plus, huh?
No, don't even.
Just go to Fire Stick, like
Amazon Fire Sticks on sale Black Friday.
But season two was definitely a great one, bro. That one was awesome.
And they finally sticked a landing on a TV show.
Most important thing.
Yes.
Well, Loki, the first Loki, season 1 was good though. They on that too. So
I mean, let's keep it real. Marvel had some good shows,
but the final episodes of these shows.
Oh yeah, I know.
Are we talking? Are you plural? Gay shows?
Yeah, they've had some good shows. WandaVision was great.
Yeah,
I've heard y'all other discussion on this, and I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring. I like Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I do agree the finale it didn't live up to the hype.
I didn't like his Martin Luther King speech.
Got to the end, he started talking about, this is America, and I'm a black man wearing a stars and stripes and trying to get all preachy with it.
Yeah, my wife hates Anthony Mackie with a passion. I don't understand. She does not like
get our new Captain America.
She does not like him at all, man.
Does it go back to when he got dissed out by Eminem and his real name was Clarence? Is that going back that far with that?
That far? The 8 Mile? Hey.
But I've enjoyed Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal wasn't bad.
Say what you will about comic accurate suits, but I mean the dude looked like a Crest toothpaste bottle. I mean
not Crest toothpaste bottle.
I can't
never understand why you want a helmet with no top.
His suit is trash,
that's just weird to me.
Hey, that's comic accurate though.
It's probably better than
the wings.
Yeah,
but it looked better in the comics.
I cannot stand when he start flying. I'm sorry. I cannot stand when he start flying, man. It just makes me so mad. I'm like, why is he Captain America?
Wait, let's get back
so upset.
But let's get back on Loki though. Like, what did you guys love most about Loki season 1 and 2? Because to me, like, the whole thing was a masterpiece to me.
I think, and I'll just go out there. I think that we got a chance to focus on Loki.
Right.
Whereas when we were in the Avengers and all that, of course he was a villain, but he almost was like a side to everything that was going on. A little bit of, working in the background, but when you get Loki, his own TV show, he's like the forefront, and we actually get to see the progression of the character from where he was to where he ended up, to where he ultimately wanted to end up in a seat of power, and he got that at the end of Loki 2. So I
think what made the first 2 seasons of Loki stand out is like Brandon said, we focused on Loki, and for the long time, for people that know who Loki is, like you said, it was a side character. We only known him as just the god of mischief. He's always lying, manipulating people. But for this specific TV show, for one season, you've seen what more Loki can be, if I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Because the first season when he came into shock when the Infinity Stones were being used as paperweights and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, he really believed, like, oh my God, I don't have the power like I really am. You know what I mean? There's a greater power, and then he actually has more of a purpose. In the timeline, his purpose was just try to take over Asgard, get the throne. But now in this, you see more of a character development and what more he can. And in season 2 just ended on top with him being that king type character that he always wanted to be. So I think the writing just didn't do it. It just amazing.
What you think, man?
Yeah. But like, for me, the whole concept of the TVA was just like amazing. I mean, like, obviously, yes, I love the focus being Loki, but even just kind of, you could have did so much with him. And I think I like the way just isolating him, you taking him outside of time. You see, like, the thing you're saying with the Infinity Stones, using them as paperweights. It's almost like everything he cares about, like power, reigning, ruling.
Right.
Now you're in a place where none of that matters. And it's like that. It was just great writing for character development. Because, it made him force him to look at himself and, like, turn him into this, like, really fully fleshed out character, as opposed to just this guy that got, daddy issues. Looking for power, like,
family,
like trying to be validated. That's all it is. He was just trying to be validated.
Pretty much. Dre, what you think, bro?
For me, man, I mean, I didn't really have a lot of charisma for season 1. I watched it, but I was just like, man. But season 2 just really gave me a different aspect of just how much nothing else matters outside of TVA. Like, how so, focally pointed it is into just its own type of timeline. And I'm sorry, but Jonathan Majors, man, he be acting his butt off, dog.
He does.
Bro, when second to last episode when he was talking to Loki while he was fighting Sylvie.
Oh my God,
bro! I was just like,
which shows you how powerful it is.
That was the last episode, Dre.
Was it the last episode?
Yeah, it was last episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, man, I'm time.
It was a long one, so yeah.
I'm time slipping, bro. Look, so man, like Loki, my dude now, man. Like I want to see him do more in this role. Like I'm not sure how much powerful he is that he's learned time slipping now, and he pretty much has the same. I mean, of course, he's not as powerful as Kang, but still in that realm of understanding the time and the power he has, or that he's accomplished as far as controlling it. I just kind of want to see him grow more in that particular power outside of the God of Mischief and trying to overtake the throne of Asgard and all of that.
Well, I mean, do you think they're going to do more with the character, or is he?
I don't know, because I don't know.
Well,
he said he's done.
He said
Tom Middleton said he was done.
He said,
yeah. So I think
he's 14-year journey. He said he's done.
Oh, he said he's done. I didn't know. Nah, I know y'all ain't seen the Marvels, but I didn't know he was married to old girl.
Yeah, the lady playing the villain in Marvels. Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. Okay. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed that second season. It makes me want to go back and watch the first one, but I'm not gonna do that because I just don't have the patience. But I'm after seeing this season and then seeing Marvels, me and Norma was talking in the chat about how it might tie together, which seeing it, I may not, because it's different realities, but you just never know, because I don't know what's gonna come out this soft reboot, as well. Because
I think the good thing about Loki is because it's so based in multiverse and different branches of realities, it automatically ties into everything that touches on a multiversal aspect. You know what I mean?
Well, I was looking at this breakdown, and they said because he pretty much gave everybody free will when he started grabbing each of the timelines.
Well, he gave the branches life because they were dying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So life is now being sustained by him.
But I just, the reason I want them to go forth this story, and I hope he's not done. I know that sounds selfish. Wants to be done, but I want to see what happens with Kang or one of his variants finds out. Like, this nigga just made a whole different timeline.
Well, remember the TVA now, they're supposed to be monitoring all the Kang variants and taking out any problematic ones.
Yeah.
So.
And they threw a wink to the Ant-Man Quantumanium too.
Yeah. Jay pointed that out before I did. I'm like, dang, girl.
Yeah, and even one of the if you notice when I can't think of the girl's name.
Renslayer?
Yeah, Renslayer. When at the end, if you notice, one of the, right before she that there was a pyramid in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if that's somehow I don't know if they were gonna potentially go off somewhere else with like another future show or something like that. But somehow bring in, because one of the Kang variants is Amun-Ra.
Yeah.
So if they could potentially with that pyramid in the back, is that going to somehow bring her back into it?
I thought she was at the end of time about to get eaten by a Goliath.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I feel like they were giving us too many hints in that scene.
Yeah, but
is the TVA symbol as well.
But is Ra gonna save her?
Right, is Ra gonna save her because they is that because she has that history with Kang. Is he really going to destroy her? We don't actually see it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, what they did was what they did is they really set up Secret Wars pretty well because of Loki, pretty much holding every timeline because he didn't stop Kang.
How did that set up Secret Wars though?
Yeah, I'm trying to follow your logic here.
Well, because even with that, when you watch that conversation with Kang told him, he's like, okay, all my variants. He said, well, stop. He said, no, you can't. He said, all my variants are so all Loki did was just give them an opportunity to fight for themselves instead of Kang controlling everything.
But then he also say, you know, with the loom being the failsafe, if something was to happen to it, it will start the war. Like
that's pretty much
exactly. Well, yeah, they said if the loom blew up, it would blow up everything except for the sacred timeline, and then the branches would start over again, and that would start the multiversal war.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So I mean, if anything, it's definitely setting up like the Kang dynasty now, to where because all these different lines exist, all the different Kangs from those lines can now try their, you know, hand at, you know, rising to power or whatever, and maybe trying to take back control or, you know, to become that sort of, you know, alpha Kang or whatever you want to call him. But I mean, it just amazes me though that he had all that power to stop the time at any point, but he still allowed her to kill him.
Well, because he
said though he's going.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna end up right back in the seat. You do.
I mean, the fact that all that stuff was intentional.
Right, right. If he didn't let him kill her, then he wouldn't have been going through his time slip journey. Ultimately end up back where he needed to be, because he found out that there's no way to increase that capacity for the loom.
Well, if you go back to when Loki had went back to that scene and he had that conversation with He Who Remains, he told him, He Who Remains told Loki, he was like, did you really think I was just going to sit back and let her kill me? He's I told y'all what was going to happen. He said, it doesn't matter what y'all do, I'm going to end up right back here every single time.
But what do y'all think of this theory? The theory is, okay, he set up the whole Sylvie situation, her killing him, but he set up Loki to learn everything that he practically knew for Loki to create his own timeline. You know, how do you? It's almost like he knows but doesn't really know what's going on. But he just because he's at the end of time, so someone will get bored with. They just want something new.
I think you're right because I think Loki threw him off when he had stopped Sylvie again. Loki stopped her and he said, what makes you think we didn't have this conversation before? You know what I'm saying? So obviously
when he did this, I knew something. He like, oh, this is new.
And for Loki, to see Loki have go through centuries to learn the loom.
Oh my god, bro! It was like centuries later.
I was like, bro, you stayed centuries just to make sure everything worked perfectly, and it still didn't work.
Can we talk about the possibility? No, can we talk about the possibility of Loki probably having the greatest character arc next to Tony Stark?
Bro.
Hands down. Like to me, like they're like it's like Tony and Loki right here in terms of like character arc.
But on the flip though, they've had the most amount of exposure though to have the greatest arc. Like Tony was in like 10 of the 14 movies.
Captain America's had
I was just about to say. Let's be honest. Tony is Marvel. I mean, Iron Man
he started it all. So you know what I mean.
And think about it. If you read the comics and you watch the cartoons, Tony is like Batman to the Avengers.
He wasn't always like that.
I know. You got Captain America, but. It's like
shout out to Robert Downey. He put that character on the map.
Man, I can't see
what Robert Downey did with the character of Tony.
I think the character did just as much for him as it did.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Because it revitalized his career.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. He went off and did Dr. Doolittle and it flopped.
Yeah,
bro.
But Robert Downey is still known as one of the most premier actors to ever do it, though. So
he had ruined his career. At that
Robert
point,
Downey?
At that point,
that's
why
he laying low now.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
Forgot about that.
I still don't like when he played blackface. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I'm sorry.
He even admitted
he didn't like. Yeah, he admitted.
He even admitted that. Yeah, the Dr. Doolittle thing. He said he was trigger happy after Infinity, after Endgame. He was just like, yeah, I should have took more time to evaluate that situation.
I never liked any Dr. Doolittles. That was probably Eddie Murphy's worst trilogy sequel. Well, I don't know. Whatever.
First one was okay, but after that, it was like, yeah, all right.
Then they tried to put Raven Simone in there and made it worse.
Oh, that was just terrible. That was.
I got no love for Clump.
I love Nutty Professor, man.
Nutty Professor is great. But I absolutely agree with the character arc. I mean, like we said, obviously, Robert Downey, Tony Stark, Iron Man, he is Marvel. Okay, everyone just knows that from the jump. He is Marvel. Then you can put Cap in there too. You know what I'm saying? But
why you just throwing Cap in there like
Yo, but let's keep it real. Loki he's been able to dip his hand in so many situations. I mean, he was the best villain up until Thanos came.
Yeah, true.
And now he's one of our greatest heroes. Like, you see Loki in the beginning of season 1, someone who's all about himself.
Right.
Someone who doesn't care about anyone but himself and what he wants and what he needs, which is the throne. He goes from that to finding a family, and he admits, my fear is being alone because I love you guys.
Right.
Like, I'm doing this for something other than myself now. And then now he makes the ultimate sacrifice in the third strand of foregoing everyone he loves to save everyone he loves.
Yeah.
Now he's just sitting there alone in isolated territory so he can give everyone free will. Like, that's the greatest character arc for someone like Loki.
He saved everyone he loved, but he also saved himself too. And that's what I love about it, because even though we talk about Sylvie, she's just a variant of Loki. So she is another Loki from another time. And in that aspect, you can see him save himself as well as save everybody else. And so the duality of this season is just crazy.
I knew he was going to use one of the words. Vitality.
All you had to do was hit that glorious purpose. We could have used the organ.
Mel, you literally just hit it on the head. I mean, look at the episode, what the episode's called. Loki throughout all of the MCU, he always says something about his glorious purpose.
But that was the first episode of season 1.
It
was glorious purpose, and then this one was glorious purpose, and so now you have a perfect Ouroboros, which is a snake eating its tail. You know, getting that infinite symbol, and the guy's name was Ouroboros, the technician guy. So you know, you get.
That's why I came here. I didn't want to. I didn't want to read
him.
I love Dobie. I love Dobie.
Listen, this past year, he has had a phenomenal year. He won an Oscar. He's been in all the projects, and he killed this role as.
For what movie?
He won Oscar for Everywhere, Everything, All at Once.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, he was that. That was him. Yeah.
And if y'all remember, he's the little boy from the Goonies, the little Asian boy from the Goonies, and from Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Yep.
No, he was in that other. He was in that other movie too, which is kind of like a thriller. I never watched it, but I heard about it. The title, the poster is like an Asian family, and the dad's face is like blurred out with a black. I got to figure out what it is, but I heard that.
But he's been in Hollywood for a long time. Even after he took a break from acting, he was doing stunt coordinating for a lot of projects and stuff like that and everything. So he's been around but he finally came back like the previous year and got himself an Oscar. So shout out to him. You know,
he did good acting. I especially loved it when he came into contact with Victor Timely, and he was like, "Oh, I read this book when you wrote it. I read this book because you wrote it."
that gives you that whole that time loop stuff. Yeah. It's like you know which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like who read who first? Who inspired who first for them to get to that point? But I mean, the way they tie so much into this, even with I love how they even tied the ending as far as the tree. I forget what they call it. Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
Yeah, Yggdrasil. Yeah. that, like the tree of life, into like and all that, kind of even calling back to Odin and Thor and all that, the Norse mythology behind that.
Right.
It's like, dude, they really went into detail with a lot of stuff.
Work. It was
Marvel would
write movies like this. Marvel would be on the high all the time.
I love the conversation he had with Mobius before he made that decision. Where he said, where literally Loki asked him, like, yo, if you had to make a decision like this, what would you do? And Mobius is like, listen, you just have to choose. Whatever you choose, there's going to be a burden there. You're choosing between burdens.
You got to wear that scar tissue.
What's crazy is that conversation. He had to time slip back into that first episode of season 1 to get that question. You know, and I love what they did with Mobius's character too. At the end, where he's just standing in the branch where he has his kids and everything, and he said, "I think I'm gonna just let time pass by," because he's been in the TVA for so long, where time just stands still. He finally able to like have some peace and stand there and watch. It was incredible.
That would be
torture. They definitely did their homework. They did some great writing on this.
That conversation. Conversation where you, go ahead.
No, you got it, Mel. Go ahead.
That conversation over Mobius though, like, because obviously Mobius is like, you see him trying to make sense of what's going on. Do you think that he actually really believed in that moment that the time slipping and all that? Because it was all foreign to them up until OB explained it to him at the top of the season. Or is he just playing along like as a part of like he's still interrogating them? You know what I mean?
I think he was still interrogating them because that's bad. That was back in season 1. So
season 1.
I think he didn't know. He was just glad that he was talking because remember he's trying to get him to open up, trying to get him to talk and converse when he first gets to the TVA and explain everything that's going on. So
it definitely threw him off a little bit. Some of the responses though, because you could definitely see that. Like, hold on, you're like reading my mind as far as what we were about to do. We were about to go through your life and all. It's like you got a presentation. It's like, let me show you this, and you like telling me what I'm about to show you. It's like,
no, okay. I think he knew exactly who Loki was. I mean, because he's literally been there for eons. Like, he knows a time slip more than likely when he sees one. He just probably played along because he's like, okay, maybe this is.
He didn't know what time slip was.
He didn't know. Can't time slip in the TVA.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to.
But that doesn't mean he didn't know what it was.
Well, when Loki was
I think if he knew,
he didn't. Yeah. He didn't know.
That's why they went to COB one of the first reasons. Yeah.
Very fun.
And what I love about in that first episode, when they went to go see OB, he's the only one that does not have his memory wiped. He's been down there the entire time, so he knows exactly what's going on. So it was hilarious to see Mobius forget who he was, but Obi was like, "Yeah, we met over 400 some years ago, and you don't remember?"
You stopped in here for a second.
Hey, now I get Loki's character arc is great, and that's wonderful, but I need to make an observation. And I'm wondering if you guys agree with me. Can we all agree that Sylvie needs to get killed? Can we all agree?
Wow, it's kind of dark, man.
No, I do not care. I was hoping.
You want her to get pruned, huh? You just want her to get
I was hoping. Loki.
So
Sylvie
just wanted to go home, man.
Sylvie
was trying to make her $4.45 an hour.
But listen to this, Gabe. In that same regard, can you kill yourself?
Right, because she was just a very
hold on.
I do not care.
I'm talking about.
She got on my
in reality. Can you see the worst parts of yourself and just kill it?
Listen, I love this preaching moment, Brandon.
Oh no, it's not preaching.
He needs to get killed. She got mad. She started this mess.
But that was Loki, though.
That's great. But all I'm saying is, I wanted her gone.
That was him. That was him before he got to the TVA. Always singular focused. Always one mind, one track. Got to do what he got to do.
That's true.
And if he killed her, it'd be like going back to the way he was.
But at the same time, can you say he kind of loved himself though?
Oh, he did. He loved.
He did.
Yeah, that was kind of
because that was the hard thing. Like he gained feelings for her. That's why it was so hard. It was like, do I give up somebody that helped create who he was now?
Gabe said, "Mortify the deeds of this flesh."
Hey, Mel, crucify it. Let it go.
Crucify.
So the fact that she was mad at Loki for something she did when she killed Kang, or He Who Remains in season 1, was beyond me. I think it was in episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
When she got mad at Loki for trying to save Timely, and she's like, "No, let the TVA die. What are you talking about? This is your fault." Heifer, you killed him in the first place.
Okay, so for those who didn't really hear the question, Gabe was like,
they wouldn't be going through none of this if you hadn't listened.
So your question, Gabe, is how can this female get mad at a male for doing something that she did in the first place?
Stop it. Stop it.
That's what I heard. I'm sorry, that's what I heard.
That's a whole different episode.
Yeah, that's a whole different episode.
Then he called her a heifer on top of all that.
What they call it? What they call it? Accountability.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Hey, we are all married people on this show. Like that's all
I heard was women are allergic to accountability. That's all I heard.
I went to a pastoral installation last week. A woman was being installed, so I support women.
I got one black friend. I went to a installation.
Man, Gabe, how can you say such a thing like that? I'm hurt, man.
So aggressive church nerds. I didn't know this was okay.
Gabe with the hot takes, man.
He's a good man.
No, I support women. Don't listen to me. I support you all. We need you guys.
I support the ones that are not getting installed.
You women, we need
you don't support.
You women.
Okay, the ones that are not getting installed as pastors, you don't support, huh? You don't.
Wait, that's crazy.
This is getting deep. You just falling into this abyss.
This is crazy.
This abyss.
This all got started because Gabe blamed a woman for something she did to a man.
He was like, "How can
you know
this female blame this man for something she
I
did in the
support
first
women
place?
so much that we're getting ready to send Darrell's wife out and plant a ministry."
What? No. You ain't going.
I support you guys. All right, Darrell, I love y'all.
You got
man. Now he taking some other
I'll
man's
find
wife.
out.
What's happening here?
What in
I'm
the
funding the first year.
You gonna tell Darrell your wife gonna be somewhere else?
No. It's. I mean,
that is true.
It's like Darrell. The only word you can get out is no.
No.
That's all I'm hearing. No.
Just no. But with Loki season 2, man, with ending like it did, and the soft reboot coming up, because we heard
we
the
know for
rumors.
sure that's happening.
No,
they said it's a soft reboot.
It's rumors.
No, but they didn't confirm.
Is it rumors?
That.
It's rumors.
It's always rumors, man. I mean,
go ahead, Mel.
Somebody interviewed Kevin Feige. He was like, "I don't know nothing about that. I love Robert. If he wants to come do more, we'll do it. But this is the head of the whole studios. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Unless he's pulling a what's the old boy?
Yeah,
who's Kevin Feige?
Spider-Man.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. He's pulling a Garfield.
Did you say who Kevin Feige?
Yeah, who's Kevin Feige?
Feige.
Feige. Oh.
Gabe
I appreciate y'all for having us.
We knew who you meant.
Hey, I need some sort of get back.
Yeah, Gabe trying to redeem himself for talking about women now so badly.
Right.
I
got a question though about the show though. Like, if all it took was to stop Miss Minutes was just to reboot, like, why did they wait so long to do the reboot? Like, come on, like.
Hey, when Miss she got together with Victor Timely and
my God,
she was throwing something at him. She was trying to give him.
Didn't find out there was like the secret love, but she had for Victor Time or for
Miss Minutes turned into Miss Seconds.
Yeah,
right.
He was trying to throw it quick. Shit, like look, he started stuttering.
Dre, like you said earlier, Jonathan Majors, he played that role so well. He played that role. So I hope everything works out for him so we can get more of him in the MCU later on for the Kang Dynasty and stuff.
I ain't gonna lie. Him and Loki carrying right now.
Yeah.
So here's a question, y'all, about the Kang Dynasty, right? Because I'm looking at what's coming up next after us. I'm trying to understand how all this is gonna work. Because after this is Deadpool 3, then they go into Captain America, then they go into the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, Blade, and then the Avengers. So I'm looking at the timeline to see how this is going to tie back.
When does the Avengers movie come out?
Don't you worry.
Comes out in 2026.
Don't you worry about Blade. Morbius going to take care of that.
No, because I'm looking at the super, and most of these heroes
Blade is about to go down in smoke.
Grounded superheroes. None of they got Blade. They got no multiverse in Blade.
Now, see, I know
but they might add it in there.
I know Deadpool is supposed to have multiverse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Deadpool. Yeah, but Captain America, no. The Thunderbolts, no. I mean, Fantastic
it might
Four,
be
maybe.
one of those things to where it'll be. I don't want to say a total isolated story, but like the mid or post credit may tie into the overall narrative of the multiverse.
Well, I'm hoping that in these shows, though, or these movies rather, that you start seeing the variants maybe show up, playing a role in certain ways, or maybe they're not necessarily the villain of the movie, but they're kind of pulling some strings behind the scenes, or they're doing some things here and there to start making, to start making their presence known. Like, hey, we're because there's supposed to be a war, so they need to start, moving their pieces around to start getting power. So hopefully, I would, hope to see some of that start to play out. So I know, like with the Deadpool thing, now they're gonna have some multiverse stuff. That's how they're gonna have Wolverine and all that, because it's not supposed to be the Logan that died. It's supposed to be a Logan, I think, from a different timeline or something like that. So, which I think this is supposed to be also how they start bringing sort of the X-Men to the MCU.
About time.
Well, they started that in the Marvels, so you're already starting to see that.
Well, the mutant they did bring mutants up with Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking about. I know you already talked about it, but Doctor Strange technically, you had
Doctor Strange, Spider-Man.
What's it, Norm?
Doctor Strange wasn't the star of his own movie.
Oh no.
No, he was.
Wanda was
the star of that movie.
Come on, man.
You know she was.
What's it called? The girl. What's her name? I forgot.
America Chavez.
Doctor Strange was not the main character of Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness. He was not.
The whole focus was on Wanda the entire time.
Yeah, about what she wanted.
I mean, as the villain, she was a beast, but that was still Doctor Strange's movie. His shine was on it.
It was Doctor Strange's movie because they put Doctor Strange in the but the movie was about Wanda.
Right, you could take his name off the title and just call it the Multiverse of Madness.
It was Wanda all the way.
Ain't nobody looking forward to. Really, ain't nobody really looking forward to these Marvel movies.
Because you could have called it the Scarlet Witch in the movie.
I mean, we got Deadpool. That might be our last hope in what's going on in the multiverse. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm not even looking forward to Captain America. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just after watching Loki, I just kind of feel like that's the end till the beginning of something else. I'm sorry, like X-Men, like Marvel was decent, but X-Men, like what we doing? Like I just make an X-Men movie. Like y'all ain't got to do all this rigmarole, this rhetoric.
I think I read something. They supposed to be doing. They're in development for the Spider-Man movie too, I believe.
For what, man? For what?
What you mean for what? That's they cash cow.
You can make Spider-Man movies forever.
Hear me out.
Tom Holland is a beast.
No, he not, bro.
Yes,
He's
he
not.
is, bro.
What?
He's
He's
not.
a good actor.
No, bro. Tom Holland is okay.
Out of the
He's
three, who would you
okay.
pick that have been Spider-Man so far?
I would pick Tom Holland personally.
Maguire. Why, Gabe?
Don't say Tobey Maguire.
He
Why?
barely
He's too old
did
to be
acting
Spider-Man.
in his movies.
No, Tom Holland has been doing his thing, especially after Tony Stark died. He's been the new face of the MCU.
No.
He's had
Yeah, okay.
Not
All
the
right.
face.
We moving on. Moving on.
I wouldn't go that far,
Moving
but Tom
on.
Holland's a good actor.
Yeah, he's saying some stuff, man.
Not the new
You
face.
ain't got no
First of all,
face.
no. First of all, we all know the new face of the MCU. It was supposed to be Chadwick in Black Panther, but ever since he passed, they haven't found that new face.
All I know is when it comes to the numbers, it was Infinity War. No, it was Endgame, Infinity War,
What are you talking about?
and
Numbers?
Spider-Man.
Oh, how they rank?
But people want to go see
Just
Spider.
period. When it comes
Hear me
to
out.
How much money
money,
they made?
everything,
He-
impact.
People went
It
to
was
go
those
see
three movies. It
People
wasn't
went
nobody
to-
else.
People went to go see Spider-Man
For
for the
nostalgia.
nostalgia. Stop saying it's Tom Holland. Nobody's going to see him. Nobody's going to see Tom Holland, man.
I like Tom. I like Tom. I'm not gonna say like
He's
like the
cool,
number.
but
I-
Gabe is making him seem like Tony Stark. You just gotta stop.
I mean, because I like Tom, but people mainly go see Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man. So
Spider-Man.
you expecting
but people-
web slinging and stuff, you know.
People went to see the Avengers 2 out of nostalgia, so I mean, you can't really say just for Spider-Man it's nostalgia. They both were nostalgia.
But no,
But,
but people saw the Avengers because they built up credibility. Like,
Well,
these
they
are gonna
built it
be
in
good
Iron Man.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
starting with Iron Man. So
They have lost that credibility, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
don't know
why
how
the
they gonna
Marvels, even though it's a decent movie, is bombing because people don't even want to go see it.
right.
Yeah, what was the opening number?
There's
There's a couple of
43
reasons for that, Norm. I think there was a couple of reasons for that. The
Well, yeah, there were multiple
Marvels,
reasons, but now that it's finally out, and people still not
no,
going to see it.
the Marvels, it pandered toward a female audience. Now the danger zone.
Hey,
No,
Gabe,
I'll give you this.
I mean,
Oh,
but
Miss Marvel the
Y'all
show.
let me finish.
Miss Marvel the show, most definitely. But like the first Captain Marvel,
You let me
that was a good ride.
Golly, I said 3 words and y'all was ready to.
Well, you don't like women,
reason
man. You
why-
be bossing women around.
It did. No, stop it. Stop it. The Marvels. You know what? I don't even want to do my take no more. Y'all about to have me. Y'all about to have people say, I hate women because of
They're
Norm.
trying to get you canceled.
Norm trying to get me canceled. I'm like, hey, I'm leaving this on my own podcast. This is crazy.
Hey,
No,
look,
but what I mean is, you have an all-female cast, right? It not pandered, but
Careful.
it drew attention. It wanted to draw attention to the female audience. The problem is with Marvel, the bulk of the audience is men.
mhm.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
we talked about how Marvel is catering.
Norm.
No,
I'm just trying to be real here. I'm just trying to be real.
I'm not saying nothing, bro.
And I feel like that's been reflected in the box office numbers.
Yeah, I'm a side with Gabe on this because I mean we're not feminists, we're not sexist.
Thank you, Dre. Thank you. Hey, I was wondering. All right, y'all.
we just understand the MCU
Somebody side
more
with me, y'all.
from like let's be honest, we understand the MCU more from a male's perspective. Just because it was catered to male children. Let's just be honest. Like, I mean, that's just I mean, you can look it up in any type of history you want to. Most comic books was bought by male individuals. It wasn't.
Yep.
Let's just be honest. Like from a nostalgia in a retrospect, as far as imaginative direction, most of that was men. That's why women hate dudes who play video games, because for some reason more women play video games now. So that was hypocritical. Just like
My wife hates me, guys.
but no, for real, the MCU has been trying to cater to too many different genres of people, and it's taken away from where its stability came from. Men.
I feel like you was going to say something for the men. It's taken away from the men, but I'm sorry.
No, we shouldn't be this confused as far as what's going on. Like we shouldn't. As
I
male,
like the Marvel personally.
As male fanboys, we shouldn't be this confused as to
women,
what Marvel is trying to do.
I love the Marvels.
Hey, women. Hey, women.
I
love the Marvels.
I love the movie.
He sound like old boy from a long time ago. I don't like means no more.
Wow.
Hey, women.
Anyway.
Women.
No, I have to make that clear because I don't like where this show is going. And I might take another 2 weeks off. I don't know.
Right,
this is the problem, Gabe. When you take a week off, now they try to catch you up for like 1 week worth of jokes and stuff. They gotta catch you up, man.
Every time I come on here, y'all trying to get me
canceled. I just find it funny that none of these women have names. Just call them all women. Hey, women.
I'm going to Cafe Freedom too, guys.
Yeah, just stop.
I will be there. Hey, everyone, get your tickets. Make sure you register, by the way.
Just stop it.
Oh,
Make sure you register.
Hey, women, go to the IEEE coming up. Women.
Hey, there's a Fresh Release conference coming up too.
Darrell, that gotta be the next meme. That gotta be the next meme. Hey, women.
Hey, women. You gonna put that on the shirt? Hey, women.
Man, we gotta start writing down these paraphrases, man.
Hey, I support women. That's gonna be
oh man.
That is pure gold right there.
Hey,
you don't never know what you can get on the church nerds, man. You ain't never gonna know what you going on the church on the podcast, bro.
Oh,
we gonna get comedic gold.
I might have to email Bishop Jordan about that one.
Real talk though. Y'all talked about so many different things in across episodes with Marvel. Do y'all think? Hey, women, do y'all think? Do y'all think ever since?
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm saying it right here. I vote for there to be women bishops. Hey, I support you.
Y'all are crazy, man.
That show was going off the rails. Let all remember this is all Gabriel Jordan's fault that we got because he was calling all the women women.
Hey man, you know that was funny when Brandon had to take his glasses off for that one. He's tearing up and everything.
Man, that's like taking off of his mask.
No, what was your question, man?
Oh, I got my side.
That's like when
Dre said Brandon taking off his glasses is like him taking off his mask.
All right, and let Mel finish, man. Mel, you can
go ahead, Mel.
Real talk. Do y'all think especially since Infinity War and Endgame came out, do you think we as fans just hold all Marvel stuff from here on out now just to Infinity War standards?
Yes.
And that's why nothing's going to live up to that?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because
to be honest, in some ways it's unfair.
No, it's not, because they've shown that they can give that level of enjoyment.
That's like you asking LeBron to score 60 points every game.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, listen, no, it's not.
It is. Infinity War was a monumental moment in history. You can't do that every movie.
Here's why. Here's why I say that.
It takes away the significance if you can.
But the Fast and the Furious has done it 10 times.
Here's why I say that. Hold on. Here's why I say that. One,
go ahead, Brandon.
Take Trey out here, bro.
One, because they're not making any original content. For one, this is all content that has been made and has been existing for a while. Okay,
but Infinity level, Brandon.
Listen to me.
Come on,
on the content, they got no excuse. They made on Infinity War. We talked about the numbers one episode. I know Infinity War and Endgame. They made a certain amount of money, more money than they put in to make that movie. So
Spider-Man.
So resource-wise, they've got the money. They got the money to make a movie like that. They have no reason not to be making blockbusters. They have no reason.
Especially after they build it up for 10 years, all the way up, bro.
The problem,
but that's the thing. That's the thing.
And that's fine.
That movie took 10 years to build up. But and even you guys want every movie to be like that now?
Even the movies leading up to that were good.
Mm-hmm.
But you just said Infinity level. That's not good.
I'm talking about
Infinity level is Infinity level, bro. Infinity level is something that took 10 years to accomplish.
Listen, do you have trust in them to make Infinity level when the movies leading up to their next Infinity level have been garbage? So that's all I'm saying. Even if you say Infinity level, fine, whatever. That they made that culmination point great, but even like I said, leading up to it, all their leading up movies and these different avenues they've been trying to go have been trash.
Right, because
they don't even know who's part of the Avengers right now. Who's really part of the Avengers?
And we don't.
No one knows because you're just coming from the.
Well, you have to go off of the end of what was that Endgame? The ones that stayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be
who stayed? I'm trying to think.
I think
it's just Rhodey. Well, that's
the whole thing. That's the whole thing about the Avengers.
Supposed to be a part of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no,
Professor
technically,
Professor Hulk.
When Endgame happened and Captain America said Avengers, he was talking about everybody.
Yeah.
So if it's not everybody, then it's nobody. Nobody's in the Avengers.
Well, you guys have to remember, something catastrophic has to happen for the Avengers to assemble back together.
That's totally fine.
Who's available to assemble?
That's what I'm saying. Who's on the Avengers right now?
Spider-Man is.
They don't even remember Peter Parker.
We gotta see what's gonna happen with Spider-Man, though.
Right? They don't even know who Peter Parker is anymore.
Let me tell you how serious
they still know about Spider-Man. And they know that he was a part of that whole thing.
Let me tell you how serious Darrell's question is. He's looking right at Gabe. He's looking up at Gabe's box. Gabe, that's that man coming.
No, sorry. The camera's here with the screen. I'm looking at it.
I hear you.
There we go.
Like Brandon was saying, like their next two films. First of all, if y'all already put y'all next two big Infinity Endgame type movies out there, y'all need to at least build up and make those films good. Y'all got Secret Wars and Kang set for 2025 and 2026. None of y'all movies have even been remotely close, good-wise, or even tied in to Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty.
We said it before. There's been no consistency with
There's no consistency.
All these different spinoffs and different picking a nice hero here or hero here. There's no continuity. Like you had when you had the Avengers, you had Tony Stark, Iron Man did his 3, but it brought in the other Avengers as well. So
the series have been carrying the grunt work.
Barely.
But most of the series haven't even tied in. The only series that's tied in is Loki.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like wasn't Falcon and Winter Soldier was kind of like teasing stuff about Secret Wars, right? Like
not to me. I don't.
WandaVision introduced the concept of a multiverse or a different.
That's it.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
She just made her own thing, reality. But that's not a.
But they introduced the fact that there could be another reality.
But no, they only introduced that because of her power. No,
that was her
power. They were still in one reality. She just warped a little space in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was
because she's a Scarlet Witch. She can do that.
It was
her movie Multiverse of Madness.
Well, that
one.
Her movie.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm waiting for them to make another Silver Surfer movie.
Oh my!
You just went way back and forth.
You want Silver Surfer or Gambit? Which one you want?
You want Gambit.
If I had to choose, we playing spades. Come on now, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I understand the whole nitpicking of the continuity and stuff like that, but I don't feel like all the movies have been like this slate of movies that has come out have been that bad.
My biggest problem right now is let's look at the worst movies. Thor, Love and Thunder, Ant-Man. What else? That was just bad.
She-Hulk.
Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't bad.
He's talking about movies though. That been
Guardians
bad? Those are the only two I can think
Those
of.
are the only two that came out, right?
Eternals.
Well, no, because Guardians of the Galaxy, they snapped.
Well, we talking about
okay, but let's look at the good movies. You got Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy. I still like Wakanda Forever.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. That was a really good movie.
Aquaman.
That's DC, man. Aquaman 2.
That come out in December.
Yeah, we about to agree.
Yeah,
I will be going to watch.
My point is, I think sometimes I get a lot of the gripe that we have. It could be valid, but I think sometimes we're being unfair comparing it every movie to the feeling we got from Infinity War, or even from the first couple of phases.
It's unfair to compare
to
when
what
a
you've done.
multi-billion-dollar industry can't seem to figure out how to make a good movie, and it's unfair that we, the people,
I just named 4 or 5 good movies.
I didn't.
And we're judging it based off the 2 or 3 bad movies.
Hey, Gabe, we're going to continue to do that.
That's unfair.
Because they made first of all, decision that's backfiring. That's not unfair.
We're the consumers. We are allowed to do that because we're the reason they're making this money. So we want,
but we're judging them because we want every movie to be Endgame and Infinity War, and that's just not going to happen.
No.
That is not it.
That is not.
We should be able to make an Infinity War level movie. Every movie.
Because here's the thing. It's not that we want.
No, did he say that or not? Like,
I'm talking.
I done lost track. I'll be real with you.
I'm talking, sir.
I did. I said that for me. But go
Brandon
ahead.
said that. This is what I'm saying. I'm another consumer. Okay. Do I want every single movie to be Endgame, Infinity War? Right. Yes, I would like it, but I'm realistic. I want good writing that makes sense. That's what I want. I want an experience that I'm paying $20-something for to say this is worth my time. Iron Man, when it was not the level of Infinity War, but it was a good movie because it had good writing and good characters.
And I
will watch that over and over again.
But we forget Iron Man 2 is the least favorite movie out of the trilogy.
Iron Man 2 is
we forget the negative comments that movie got.
No. I'm saying I will watch Iron Man 2 before the Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
And Iron Man 2 was not all that good, but it was better written than the Eternals.
The only movie to me that they completely bombed in that first phases was that Thor.
The first Thor or Thor and Dark World?
Dark World. Dark World was trash.
The first 2 Thors wasn't highly favored amongst the public. Let's be real.
But they were still better written than what we got in the last phase.
Thor Dark World is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Let's keep it 100.
I'll give you that one.
Real.
I'll give you that.
But that's one movie. That's one movie out of how many?
Out of the 3 phases, that's one movie. Out of how many movies that
Thor had one good movie out of its whole franchise. That's Ragnarok.
I enjoyed the first one, so yeah.
I enjoyed the first one.
I'll give you the first one and Ragnarok.
I enjoyed Ragnarok. But this last one, Love and Thunder, is with the new stuff.
Yeah, Love and Thunder is with the new stuff. I didn't really care about Love and Thunder.
But Gabe, but at the same time, even though Dark World is the least favorable, it's still tied in to where they were building up to. These movies, whether they're good or bad, don't tie in.
It was the Ether. Yeah, it was the Infinity Stone.
It was all based on the Infinity Stones. But these last Phase 4 and now Phase 5, nothing's tied in, whether it's good or bad. It's just
they've all pretty much been about the multiverse. That's a little bit of
no.
They were about the stones at first before the multiverse.
But now I'm talking about this new. Come on, y'all. I'm talking about this new phase.
Yeah,
I was even thinking after watching the end of Loki season 2, I thought back to Ant-Man Quantumania, and I'm like, if they don't even have that Kang come back and be like the Kang, it was literally a waste. It was like a showcase, and not even a good showcase at that. Like it was just there to be there.
Ant-Man is the only movie that literally, besides right now, that truly brought Kang in.
Yeah.
But do you have to bring Kang in?
Well, that's where they're going, though. That's where they were going, though.
That's the thing.
I know, but the first 3 phases didn't bring Thanos in every movie.
But they brought the stones.
Okay, in this phase, they're introducing the multiverse 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, but this time
they
were hyping.
That's Kang continuity right there. That's showing us that there is a multiverse
and actually
that plays a part.
But Kang was their flagship villain for the multiverse. He was.
All right, but do you have to flash Kang every time in order for there to be continuity?
I mean, but you think about it, if you go back to there, it's related. If you go back to when they announced it, they announced all those projects before they even said what Multiverse of Man, any of those movies coming out. They said this is where we're going. Kang is pretty much going to be our main villain before any of these projects came out. So yes, we expect Kang to tie in all these projects.
So he has to be tied into every single movie.
Tied in. He ain't gonna be the featured villain.
No,
tied in.
Because in the first 3 phases, Thanos
was tied in with Thanos.
They did it with Thanos. Yes.
Even when the first time
in every movie they tied in Thanos somehow. In every movie,
whether end credit scene,
whether it was a mid credit scene, end credit scene, they tied Thanos in
every movie.
Yeah,
every
movie. He first
wait,
came.
no. I see where Gabe is going. I see where Gabe is going. So here's the answer to that question. Here's the answer to the question. Every single movie was Thanos tied in. The answer actually is no. It's not. But here's the but to that. Okay, here's the but. At a certain point, you started to see where the road was going. Mm-hmm. Be it Thanos, be it an Infinity Stone, be it something helped guide you to where you're going. And he said, okay, and once you saw Thanos at the Avengers, okay, I got a mile marker. We're going somewhere. Then you got alludes in all parts of Thor and other movies. More Infinity Stones. Something's going on somewhere. A line in the Avengers. There's more stones coming out. I gotta see what's going on. These little trails led you to where this was going. The issue with now the multiverse saga is you get lost along the way because you have all these pictures coming out, and it may tie into it, but we're not going to say. Maybe it's not. May. Then by the way, here come Kang, y'all. And this, so it's like, well, wait a minute, where are you coming from here? It's not a clear direction, and that is the problem.
It's not. That's the problem. The continuity is the problem because, like Norman was saying, they're trying to make a path, and yes, they're in the multiverse, so you have multi places to go and different variants and different times and all that stuff. But Kang was supposed to be the one, or He Who Remains was supposed to be the one that sat outside of time, looking back in time, coming in at a specific time to fight the Avengers. That's where they were setting it up. But now, of course, he had personal things and all that stuff that happened. It's just all broken.
But even
now,
then,
we don't know where he's going.
There was so much shot and out, like just in this phase before the Jonathan Major stuff even came out, and it still wasn't like Love and Thunder wasn't connected nothing. Like like it is all. They had a bunch already in the can. Before that happened.
We're not gonna talk about Love and Thunder. We're gonna
even what's it? Shang-Li. Shang-Li?
Shang-Chi?
Yeah, like that one is not tied in at all.
I mean, but that's one of the first movies to come out
I think that is.
Wait, hold on. That wasn't tied into what, Darrell?
Strange though, I think, because that wasn't that monster from the
was that monster? Shang-Chi tied into the ring?
He's from the dark dimension, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Ain't it?
I think he came from. They said he was in the dark dimension or something.
Or it's like emitting a signal from the dark dimension. Like it's the end credit scene.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to tie that into Doctor Strange, but
yeah, they were saying that the rings tie into something.
Yeah,
it was.
I thought that,
but
I thought that was tied to. No, I thought they explained that, and I thought that was tied to Kang. I thought they explained that in Ant-Man.
I don't remember saying
getting
about the rings in Ant-Man.
So that's still up in the air.
I gotta look.
We can make assumptions based on other information or comics and things like that, but the movies themselves have not tied it
in.
I don't know. I gotta go. I felt like I got that. I got that answer.
What Marvel needs to do, if they can have the same writing for their movies like they've done with this past Loki series, the first 2 seasons, then they'll be going somewhere. But bring now,
the Russos back. The Russo brothers.
I agree with that. Bring the Russos back.
They need to bring James Gunn back. But he ain't coming back.
It's too late now. He gone. He making his own universe right now.
If they put it out,
because James Gunn took a lot of his writers too, including himself and producers. So
James Gunn finna blow up the DC universe, but
I'm telling you.
Not with the Flash, though. Not with the Flash. But
WB on some stuff right now. He can make a bunch of gold. They'll never see the light of day.
Telling
they
you.
get it together.
Look. Let me tell you something. MCU got a chance if they bring Zack Snyder on board. Let's make this happen, man. Let's do this because James Gunn don't like. He secretly he don't like Zack Snyder. He don't. Ain't no way because I wanted to get the old guys movie. I wanted that so bad.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, bro. Zack Snyder was really writing and producing and getting ready to make that old guys movie. We're not getting it.
I only have one Lord, one faith.
Hey. So who y'all got in the fight?
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Oh, that thing that you sent.
Goku versus Jesus. Who y'all got? I got Goku.
Come on, man. Really?
If you don't get this heresy off, hey, Norm, you know what to do.
In the Holy Ghost.
Wow.
No,
I got Goku. I mean, who y'all got? It's a real question. Who y'all got?
Goku.
If all y'all got Jesus, y'all ain't nothing but followers. What? Y'all not realistic at all.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
You know what? On that note, man, this has been another episode of the Church Nerds Podcast.
Somebody get this N-word, man.
We hope y'all had a great time with us. We want to thank our friend and our brother Mel Campbell for hopping on the podcast with us today. Remember, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our Facebook and our YouTube. Also, make sure you subscribe to our Apple, Google, and Spotify podcasts, and wherever you get your streaming service. We are the Church Nerds.
I think Mel should be a regular, man. I think we need to get Mel on here more often.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look, we'll get a different logo, and every time you don't show up, we'll put his face on it.
Okay. But y'all gotta make me dark skinned. That's the only thing. To balance it out.
Gotta balance it out. Once again, I am Jay. We got Brandon, Norman, Father Dre, Mel Campbell, Gabe, George, and Darrell Walls. We are the Church Nerds. Later.
See you.